Hello everyone, hello, good time zone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Hello! I'm not dead. Somehow. But I finally got myself to go and stream again. I even sorted out 4 streams for the coming 4 weeks. 3? If you count this one? I don't know how math works. But hi, Toxina, Witchcraft Lady, aka Sherry, and Saki. Welcome in, welcome in. Why did I turn blue? That's weird. Hello, camera? What's wrong with you? Okay, good. Fuck, I didn't take my meds. Well, that's fine. If there's one thing I know for sure, I don't know how. Christ. If there's one thing I know for sure is that I'm not feeling awake, so I got my trusted Red Bull. I started drinking Red Bull recently, even though I hated it, but because I need it. I missed the stream. I miss streaming as well, so that's a good thing. I need to change something in my description. Where is YouTube live streaming? Usually I use can't even hear the music. Oh, I clicked something away. Well, that's unfortunate. Usually I use a different page for music, but I decided to try something else out today. But I do need to change my description. I forgot to do that. I also wonder, did my bot work on Discord? Because that's important. Because I set that up in my time away. Somehow it did. It actually pinged everyone. That's new. Okay. That's good. So, plan for today, which is like start of a series that I wanted to introduce for a while, is diving into VTuber, like indie VTuber lore. Not like groups or companies, but like just indies in individuals. Fuck, so for today, I just chose 3 people that are completely unrelated to each other that I just wanted to cover. I was like, well, I just want to cover these 3 people, and they seem like an eclectic bunch to try to start with. So we have Buffpup, Shoto, and we have Rimmu. And I should have covered Rimmu sooner because he's on hiatus right now, an indefinite hiatus. So I don't know if you've ever like seen Valorant shorts in your feed or anything. But if you've ever seen like a green-haired boy with like a really like e-boy voice, that's Rimmu. I absolutely love him. He recently reached 100k subscribers on YouTube, and then he decided to dip. But I got his lore. I even, because I like took stock of like a lot of VTuber lore in the past, I even have a video that he has unlisted since then. But because I have the link, I can still watch it. So that's what we're gonna do. Why am I blue? I'm just blue now. That's something we're gonna have to live with today. I'm blue. I don't know how that was work. And then we also have Shoto's lore, who has 3 long videos. And then we have Buffpup, who recently got new lore because she got her 3.0 model. So we got her werepup lore, her sheep outfit, and now 3.0. So that's really fun. And for people that are new here to my streams, hi, I'm Ezzy. I react to VTuber lore and I love to analyze it. And I started with Shoto lore, dived into Niji Sanji, but now I'm just branching out to more indies that are not related to either of those. To be fair, starting with Shoto is a choice. Because a lot of people thought, like genuinely thought, that he was part of Niji Sanji just because of like with the people he affiliated with. And he is seen as like an honorary member, which I think does him so much injustice for how hard he's worked. So yeah, let's go lore deep dive. Yeah. For what I've planned for the future, like today's topic, like the VTubers on topic, are a bit of a ragtag group. For future streams, like you might have seen, I have a stream where I plan to look into Monarch, Xxtou, and Porcelain Maid's lore. I banded them together because they're friends, so I think like similar audience seems logical as well. I got a whole list for one stream, and I really hope I have enough time that day. I might even start early if that needs to. Where basically, I don't know if you have ever heard of the Bikini Bottoms. Basically, the whole friend group of Numi, Giri, Rainho, Yuzu, Bao, Shy Lily. Like that entire group. I was like, well, that fits. Also, hi Kamito Amara. Welcome in. As these blue were pronouns. I don't even know why my camera is doing this. It's really annoying. And I know that from last stream, I had a lot of footage that was like equally blue. And that is really hard to color correct. Maybe if I don't know, this might just make things worse. It actually didn't, which is funny. Okay. Now, I just run the possibility that at some points things are gonna look a bit too orange. But I'm gonna deal with that when the time comes. Funny, I love the scuff. Yeah, the scuff is normal here. Yeah, I've got like one lamp that I usually don't turn on during streams because everything turns too orange. But I'm dealing with a lot of blue light today, so yeah. You got your Jingliu. Ooh, nice. I actually, like, controversial take. I thought that her in-game model looks kind of underwhelming. Not gonna lie. Where the fuck? Oh, here. So you need to excuse me like 1 second while I take in my asthma medication. Gonna full lurk because you're eepy and getting ready to leave house. Ooh, I hope you're good. Also, I got a haircut yesterday and I think I had it cut a bit too short. Like on this side especially. My hair is being weird. I don't know what's up with that. And I don't know how to deal with it. So I'm gonna just have to deal with it. I know that it's gonna grow out fine. And like that was the entire point of the haircut, but it was just a bit too short. But it's fine. Okay, we can deal with it. We can deal with it. Also, why is this pin weird? There we go. Also, this is not a dog, by the way, even though it looks funny. That's why I put it here. It looks like an ink dog for Mary, but it's actually a cat. It's a pin I got for free with my Lopi merch, which is really funny. So let me set up and get ready all the links for today, which I actually did some prep for. Believe it or not. Like I actually like prepped for stream, so they are just ready to go. I can just go live. Oh, and like another stream was Fugen. Who are in Fugen? Riku, Uniho, which is the model artist for Mary's model, and like Centrea, GX Aura, Yoclash, Shxtou-chan? What if? How do you even say that? It's like SQU. Shxtou-chan. Okay, well. And Momotax. And there's like a trilogy made by Meriwether Media with like a bonus video from Hiroshi, Murasaki Hiroshi. And I probably should add more of Hiroshi's lore in there as well. So I'm like, if I'm gonna cover all that, might as well just cover all of Hiroshi's lore if I have time. So that's yeah, so we have today's Shoto Buffpup Rimmu, then we have Fugen, and then we have the full group Bao, Charlotte, Yuzu, Numi, Giri, Rainho. And who else? What the fuck? Oh, that wasn't it. And then we have Xxtou, Monarch, Porcelain Maid. Hello, Reno is my favorite cooking streamer. I don't cook. I don't cook. So I wanted to go and start with like a Rimmu's lore just to get like into it. because he has 2 lore videos and a lore song. Oh fuck, I didn't tweet out. I can close this. I can close. Oh, by the way, I need to show you something really cool. I need to. Okay. Which was really, really awesome. Give me like 1 second to find it out. Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys watch Trash Days, but yesterday a new episode came out with their editor, aka the guy I work for mostly, and really cool because he's also the why is my camera this big? Let's change that. Let's just make it like this. I'm gonna deal with that later. But yeah, he shouted out everyone that's like part of his main team. That includes me and Dreaming and Lunky, my guy Lunky, Unicorn, Luca. Like, I know most of these people personally, and some people I just know of, but there are also new names that I've never heard of. You forgot Lexi? Yeah, I talked about it with Lexi. She thought that maybe because she is like just a sporadic part of the team. I don't know. I just genuinely don't know. Which I feel like there are more people that are not on this list either. So that might be the case. But yeah, look, having my name in a Trash Taste episode, it just feels surreal. Like, when I started listening to Trash Taste, how long has it been? It must come up to like 3 years at this point. 2.5, 3 years. I would never have thought that like this would be the chain of events. Like, I started watching Trash Taste before, like a few months before the first, how do you call it? Trash Taste Awards. And now we're at episode 173. That's long. That's so long. It's unreal, actually. What the fuck? Yeah, my name is in here. It's so crazy. Time flies, doesn't it? Yeah. It's like, it's crazy, actually. Okay, now welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, it is also coming up to 2 years that I started working for Mudan. That I first started doing work on Connor clips. So that's actually wild if you think about it. And I'm really, really proud of that. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't really talk about it on YouTube. My Twitch audience knows it. So like, I see a lot of my regulars from Twitch, but like, I make thumbnails for channels that Mudan manages. So like Trash Taste adjacent. I've not really been talking much because I've not been streaming. I don't run the TikTok account for Connor. No, I used to be part of the Connor Clips team where one of the editors would sort out clips and those would get sent to me and I would make thumbnails for them. So for a very long time, I think at least like a year or something, I did all the thumbnails for Connor Clips. And at some point they uploaded twice a day. So that was a lot of work. And that was not even the only stuff I did. And I also, I do basically most of the work for managing Iron Mouse's VODs. It's like, if she live streams, I download it, trim it out, trim like end and start. So if you see it on YouTube, you don't see the starting soon screen. I try to look at copyrighted stuff. If there's anything else that needs to be removed, make the thumbnails for it and upload it to the Google Drive so Mudan can take care of actually uploading, scheduling it, and all our copyright stuff that YouTube will see. So that's basically what I've been doing mainly recently, but also I've been doing thumbnails for Iron Mouse, for Onigiri. I've made, I think, like one for Connor Dog, and like some odd thumbnails here and there. So yeah, that's just my day job. That's where I just basically make my money, because YouTube is not profitable, like at all. I mean, to be fair, depends on how you look at it, because my videos don't cost anything. Like on a video base, they don't cost anything. So every dollar I make is profit, because I can technically write off my Adobe subscription as a, how do we call it, like a business expense. So how do you figure out what thumbnails to do best? You say that like there's a process. I just look at the video and try to think of something, and I go with it. Which, to be fair, has worked, because I have one video now that reached 1 million views where I made a thumbnail. So that's cool. But yeah, I just like, in the past, I needed to make 3 versions of every thumbnail, which I quickly gave up. So I just make whatever. Oh yeah, I also did clips thumbnails for Onigiri clips, but I kind of got burned out, so I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. Same for like most thumbnail stuff. Like I used to do all of Iron Mouse's thumbnails, aside from one here and there, and now more people are in the mix, and now I do them sometimes, like really rarely. I've done like 2 or 3 in the last 2 months. Do you think IRL thumbnail or drum thumbnails do better? Just depends on the content and what you are as a creator. Because I do think like drone thumbnails work really well, but the person that draws them also like needs to know a little bit of YouTube knowledge. So yeah. Like I know a friend of mine, he has been like doing like, he's the Minecraft YouTuber, and he basically just uses screenshots of the stuff he's doing with some really nice graphics over it to signify what he's doing. But he wants to go to drawn thumbnails. And I feel like for his content, that really adds something, because his content is not really per se what he does. Like obviously the concept is like really cool, but he also like, it's just his personality. So I feel like personality can shine through a bit more with drawn thumbnails. And then we have obviously the in-between stuff, where you have like VTubers, because they're not really IRL people, because they're already drawings. And you can really use it to your advantage to make it look like it's an how do you call it, illustrated thumbnail, but it isn't. Let me see. I can give you an example. Alpharetta is good drawn thumbnails. Mimo most critical gets by with the most low effort thumbnails. I mean, yeah, it's like a really cool. It's like if it shows, it doesn't. It auto plays. Why is it auto playing? That's not what I want. Let's see. Going over this really quick. Okay, well, this is not working, apparently. I'll just open Photoshop to show you, because YouTube is not doing it. I'll go over that really quickly, and then we dive into the lore, because that was not the point of this stream, but I do love talking about it sometimes, because I don't really do it anymore, and especially because I'm not streaming. Let's see. Do I have the file still? Yes, I do. And especially this one, I thought was really, really pretty. Yeah. So like, this is something that I made for Iron Mouse, and because of the nature of like using game assets, so it's a VTuber model, it's all like illustrated in a way. So together it looks like an illustrated thumbnail. Well, it literally isn't. I just repurposed certain assets and gave some effects to it to make it look pretty. And now it looks cool. And if I find it working thumbnail making anything, by the way, I don't know. I got this job by chance. So like, quickly on the story how I got the job in the first place. I started YouTube. I was very bad at making thumbnails, but I followed Mudan's streams, and he, at that point in time, he was doing a lot more related to like his actual work instead of like wacky ideas. Of course, he did wacky ideas, but it was more stuff about this editing and thumbnail making. So every time he was making thumbnails or he was talking about thumbnails, and he gave some sort of advice, I took notes and I applied it to my thumbnails. So I did that completely separate, just because I want to improve myself. So if you go back to some of my older thumbnails, you can clearly see that they're similar style as what Muda was making at the time. Then he did a stream where he just took over iconic clips or like IRMS files or something. He somehow needed to do 100 thumbnails. For some reason. I don't know. So he decided to do them all in one stream. And he wanted to do it in 2 hours. He did it in 4, which is still insane. 100 thumbnails in 4 hours is just wild to me. And he was talking about like, oh, this is like really hard work or whatever. And then we told him like, yo, you should hire someone for that, right? And he was like, nah, I'd rather do it myself because I don't want to like look for someone that they first of all have to get my style and they have to understand what I'm trying to do. And they have to understand YouTube thumbnails to begin with. So we just kept hammering him like, dude, you just should hire someone because this is gonna break you up. And then at some other point, he did a stream where he was like roasting people's YouTube channels. And like he went all in. He like actually went all in with some certain people. So I was nervous as fuck. And then he went to my channel and he genuinely wanted to say like really roasty stuff. And then he just looked at my thumbnails and like, oh, those are actually not half bad. And mind you, I just started, I had like 10 videos to my name. Yeah, a bit more, but those videos are not privated. And I think like the combination of those events together made it that like a week or so later, he was like, yo, Ezzy, you want to make thumbnails for Connor clips? And then I just got more work over time. So, I don't know, just if you want to do something, improve your own stuff, show, like, build up some sort of portfolio in a way, because that really helps. Because I didn't apply for a job, I wasn't looking for a job like that, but because I actively went and improved my own work, I took notes and I learned from it. He saw that and he offered me the job. So like if you want a job in anything, just get a portfolio together, put it somewhere public. And especially if you're a creator yourself, like even if you don't upload much, maybe upload more. Just like if you want to show off your thumbnails, upload more so you can show off more thumbnails, so you can practice more. And something I sometimes do is I try to I look at someone's thumbnail and I just remake it for my personal practice. Like I don't post it anyway, I just try and look at it and like, okay, how would I have done it? If you want to work with big creators or collaborate, basically prove yourself by your work and what you do. Yeah, exactly. And like, don't go nagging people like, hey, I want a job. That's never gonna work. If someone is like looking for people, you can be like that. But like so many websites out there where you can just pull it up that you're opening commissions and that you do stuff. Like you have Fiverr, but you also now have VGen if you want to work with like VTubers and live streamers in general, because they look at there as well. Just make a card or like a link tree with information, post it on your YouTube, post it on Twitter. Make a Ko-fi account just to showcase everything you do. That's like that was a mistake that I made for a long time. I didn't really post about anything I did publicly. It's like rarely. Sometimes when I was like really proud of it or something got a lot of views in 24 hours, I was like, oh, I did this, right? But now I started posting everything on my Ko-fi, so now you can see most of my commissions. Like, I'm not gonna post every VOD or clip thumbnail I've made. You can find them in a playlist over on a YouTube channel I made just for playlists. Let's see. Yes. So if you go to this, I don't know if that link works, but it's a channel where I just post playlists with all my work. It's not completely up to date from the last few months, but like the majority of the stuff is there. When you say building portfolio, do you mean like show them, like proof you've done this thing to amaze people? It's also like show off what you can do. Like, even if it's not a commission, you can be like, oh, I saw this video and then decided to like make a, like, just like how people cover music, like they make their own version of it, a cover thumbnail. Like, you can still put out there what, like, your talents and what you can do and how you can make things look. Oh, thank you for the follow. Are those my Twitch alerts? That's weird. Yeah, those are my Twitch alerts. Thank you for that. My YouTube alerts have been broken for so long that I was just confused. But yeah. That is totally fine, Toxic. Look, I've not streamed on Twitch in a hot minute, so that's fine. But yeah, just like with people that make illustrations, like you can make illustrations that are not commissions and you can still put them in your portfolio. Just practice, build a portfolio of like examples of what you can do. And like, if you want to test things out, like, if you have friends that do YouTube, like, hey, I want to try out thumbnails. I see that you, like, how do you call it? I see that you do YouTube and that you needed help with thumbnails. Like, can I do them for you free of charge just for practice? And I think that's really, like, doing stuff free of charge really, really helps you elevate your level. Because your only limit is yourself and how much you're willing to do for that other person. Because there's no money involved, so there's no pressure to do it right or make it worthwhile the money. It's just enough to make that other person happy. And because they didn't pay you for it, or you don't demand money for it, they can just do whatever they want with it. And usually, because it's free, they're more generous with it. So I have made the thumbnail template for... I'm getting derailed. I will do like a live stream at some point where I just go into thumbnail stuff. But yeah. One on the topic anyway. Mr. Underhill. So I made a thumbnail template for Mr. Underhill's podcast. I just made the template for him free of charge. First of all, I want to practice. He needed help. And also, he's a friend. So I was like, let me just try things out. I was like, what do you like? So he pointed me, like, he likes trash taste thumbnails and he likes Omni's thumbnails. So like, there's this three-way divide that he really liked. So I made everything really easy to change up for him. So I preloaded some images, edited them a bit so they look nice next to one another. Gave him presets you can use with the PNGs. And like, this is how you use it. And now look how nice it looks. And he is extremely happy with it. And I'm happy with it. But even like, if he didn't like it and he decided, I'm not going to use it, I'm going to use something else, I would have still had the practice for it. And I would still be proud of it. But he is incredibly happy with it. So I'm mostly just happy about that. I was opening Twitch and I was like, where's Ezzy? I'm not smart. Sometimes what you do starts out for free and for pleasure. Once you have talent, you show for it. Someone will notice and reach out to you. Exactly. But do make sure that it's easy to reach out to you. Don't lock an email address behind like 5 clicks. Like at most, if you have like a Twitter bio and you have like a link tree in it, put the email address on the first page after clicking on the link tree. With like really easy to see like contact or something. And preferably also like, hey, I'm open for commissions. I'm open to do work for you. That helps. That really does help. Like, you could clip your own VTuber streams you watch, edit those clips, and upload them to Twitter with credit to the VTuber. It's an idea. It would work if you show a talent for it. Yeah, like, there are a lot of clipping channels out there that just do it because they love clipping. But if you want to practice editing, just pick one of the VTubers that have clearly given consent to you editing and clipping their streams. And practice with that. Just, like, it doesn't have to go on your main channel. Just make a separate channel for it. But it helps you practice editing and thumbnail making. And like, a lot of people don't even edit clips that much, especially from the Twitch side. On the YouTube side, it's a bit more important because otherwise YouTube will also flag it. But because it comes from Twitch and usually not on YouTube already, you can get away with less edits. But yeah, become a clipper. Practice your thumbnails. It's just... It really works. Just get in the practice. Because there's still a lot of people that are like, oh, I want to make thumbnails like you. How do you do it? And I'm like, I've easily made more than 1,000 thumbnails of different kinds for different people. I've got the practice hours in. I spend time in Photoshop every single day. And I'm still improving. I'm still learning stuff. When I look back at my old thumbnails, which I was really proud of at the time, I look back and I'm like, damn, those are really simple. But people already love them and it already worked. How do you know if the VTuber would or not have a problem if you're using the art or model in those thumbnails? Okay, so rule of thumb, don't use fan art unless you can actually contact the person and ask them for consent. And like, be clear about it if you want to do that. There are fan artists that don't mind, but also a lot of fan artists that absolutely not. And always credit. Always. For a lot of VTubers like Nichi Sanji and Hololive, basically fair game. Because they're under a company and it really benefits them. For a lot of indie VTubers, there are some indies that have their own clipping channels and don't like when others do it. But you can, like, if you want to know for sure, just go to YouTube, and if there's like a significant amount of people that already clip them, you can like basically think, oh, it's fine, it works. Like I can say that fairly certainly. But yeah, be professional. That's also like credit, be professional, be respectful, and just like, I don't know, be good. And don't try and clip things for your own gain. Like, I know there are a lot of clippers that love clipping like the saucy stuff when people do, like when they for example do ring fit and like they make very sassy sounds. It's funny if you make it funny and not because you want to be like horny or something about it. And also don't clip some stuff that could potentially get them in trouble. And like, you can say like, oh, but it's already in their stream. Yeah, but it's like some offhand comment they made in the middle of a 5-hour stream. Not many people are gonna go back to that. And of course, people, when they watch the stream, even if someone gives them the direct timestamp to the exact same thing you wanted to clip, there's context there that you likely cut out. So just keep it fun. Keep it funny, be respectful. But yeah, that's a really good way to start your journey with. Yeah, also like ask friends, like if they if you see that they're like a streamer but they don't really post on YouTube that much, like offer like, hey, can I edit a stream for you, or can I make a thumbnail for you sometime? A lot of people are okay with that. Just ask. I wonder how the VTuber community would react to VTuber clippers who react to the clips they clip in a transformative way. Wait, so clippers, they clip stuff and like upload that, and then they also upload their reaction to said clips. I mean, there are people, like, the fact that there are people that are clippers and clip stuff, and there are people that react to VTuber clips. I feel like if that's one and the same person, that would still work. But yeah, there are not too many people that actively react to VTuber clips on like a grander scale. But like 3 or 4 of them that really do it. And like there are more people, of course, but they're more on the down low. I don't know. How long have I been live for? I've been live for 40 minutes, of which like 10 or something was the starting screen. I need to go use the restroom, and then we go and dive into the lore. That's like I want to cut it off here. But if you I wanted to do a thumbnail related stream for like the longest time. So if you like want to stay up to date with that, please join my Discord. It's in the pinned comment. I know it says suggest lore stream stuff for future streams, but it's the same it's the same link. So if you want to stay up to date, because I usually make announcements and stuff, I'm not completely sure whether I will do that on YouTube or on Twitch. But either way, like if I do it on YouTube, the VOD will be here. If I do it on Twitch, the VOD will be on my VOD channel. So either way, if you miss it, you will have an opportunity to watch it. Yeah. I'm back in like a few minutes. And yeah. Get something to drink in the meantime. Get yourself a snack, because we're gonna be here for a hot minute. Because just Shoto's lore alone, I think that's gonna take an hour. Yeah, be right back. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Yan Yan Yan. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, let's start with... Oh, I have so many tabs open. Let me fix this real quick. Yeah, let's start with Rimmu. And then we'll see if I want to go into Shoto's first or in Buffpup first, because Shoto is gonna be a long set. So I hope that everyone got something to drink, got something to hydrate, went to the restroom, used the time to stretch their legs. Because, like I said, we're gonna be here for a second. Let me restart the recording. Shoto's lore is crazy long, but it's so worth it. Yeah, I've only watched the first 2 videos, and I wanted to wait with the last one to record. Just been a while. Because that lore was accompanying his spring model, and it's fall right now. Oops. It's fine though. I need to sneeze. Do I need to sneeze? I don't know. Let me... where... That's not what I wanted to. Come on, sneeze. Come on, sneeze! I'm so annoyed. I have not had allergies entire summer. And somehow... You know what? You gained a new sub. Thank you! Welcome in. God. I've been very sneezy the last week, and I don't understand. The allergy season is over. I was just sneezing. Yeah. Okay. Stop the music. Let's go. Is the camera too big? Make it a bit smaller. If it's not big enough in post, I can just always edit it. So this is the lore I was talking about. This is a bit older. It's from a year ago. 2 years ago at this point. What does it say? Oh, because it's not exactly 2 years. So this is like older lore. He unlisted it by now, but I still got the link. So, if he really didn't want people to see it, I assume he would private it. At least it lets me give it a like. Edges are back. Too warm. I hate that. Yeah, my nose is now very itchy. I don't like it. Yeah, I need to do it here.
For centuries.
Okay. Let me know if it's too loud or not. Let's...
For centuries, people have pondered the meaning of dreams.
How's that volume? Was that too loud or not loud enough? Audio's okay? Okay, then we're good. If at any point too loud or not loud enough, tell me. You guys, how I hear the audio, like I like things loud. That's just my autism. I sometimes don't factor in the fact that you still need to hear my voice over top of it. Like I can hear myself. But yeah. It's like, tell me. Scream in chat. Not be like, oh, I just assumed it was intended. No, it's not. And like for the recording, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. Let's say it like that, because the audio I record is different than the audio you hear. I scream at you. Thank you, Samina Namami.
For centuries, people have pondered the meaning of dreams. Early civilizations thought of dreams as a medium
This looks
between
really
our
cool.
earthly world and that of the gods. Dreams have doors with powers.
I didn't know
and
he had
infinite
Dream Lord. That's
possibilities
really
within.
cool. I just thought he was a
Time,
Kiwi boy.
space. These concepts do not exist in the world of dreams.
You know what's actually funny? Because clocks are not really a thing in dreams. And I don't know whether it's like clocks in general, but I learned that when you're asleep, the thing in your brain that goes about reading, so like letters and numbers, is fully asleep. So if you ever dream something and you can't read something, or like in your dream you can actually read it, but like you're aware and you cannot read it, it's because of that. So I find it funny that they included a clock in it, because usually clocks are not present in dreams.
And infinite possibilities within. Time, space. These concepts do not exist in the world of dreams. What you thought may be impossible may become
Oh, there's like extra
possible.
art on the sides. Are those Rimmu variants? That would be so funny. Was that
Long
Riri?
ago, there once
There's no way that was Riri. That looks like Riri! Okay, now I need to know. There's no way these two know each other. I did not know. It is? It is Riri! Okay, that's funny. I know Riri through Evan. Like, I've talked to her like several times. She's like the sweetest thing in existence. I did not know that those two knew each other. I found Rimmu like by chance. Okay, that's funny.
long ago, there once existed a darkness so powerful, it was able to wipe out an entire
That's a dragon?
kingdom. Not one
It
but
looks
a
so
single
cool.
bard who had no voice stood a chance.
He's a bard?
Darkness, destruction.
That's so
was
cool
all
though.
it sought. The bard who everyone claimed
This
the
art is
king
awesome, by the way, for
with
something
all
2
his
years old.
power fought.
VTuber lore wasn't as
But in
prevalent
the
back then.
end, the brave king perished. The darkness disappeared, and right before losing his life, he played one last song. The song of life.
Oh, wow. They actually inserted the song? That's so cool. Oh, wow. Oh, look, it's a slime mascot. Look at the little guy. He's so cute. He's just chilling. Just enjoying the music. Ah! That was such good lore. Like, genuinely. Oh, okay, so I'm glad that he didn't private it so we could still watch it. That's so good. It's like, yeah, this was like his old lore. And he redid his lore for his Live to D debut. Was it like his first Live to D debut? I think he was like a PNG tuber before. Oh, this one is also longer. I've not seen it. But yeah, he has this one, and then he also had an original song that is also about his lore. So let's dive into... Let's dive into the World of Dreams, which is his most recent lore.
What happened? I don't know.
Oh, this
Why
is
it so hard
different.
to remember?
So you can already tell, like, the previous lore was when VTuber lore was really in its infancy. And I still think for something that was made 2 years ago, that was very high quality. Not just in the art, but also the soundscape and just the storytelling in general. But you can tell this is more recent. This is from this year, so you can see that the production value just went up. Start from the beginning. Guess it's just 7 seconds.
What happened? I don't know. Why is it so hard to remember? It's all a blur, but I think I used to work at a cafe. What was the name again? Was it the Lime Garden? No. That
Yeah, no,
sounds
he's not a
wrong.
lime VTuber, he's a Kiwi VTuber.
Wasn't it the Kiwi
Yeah,
garden?
Kiwis!
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
I really love that he chose Kiwis as his, like, theme. Because it feels so unique. Because usually when people have a color like that, they're just like a lime or something alike. But he is a Kiwi. And not like the people, but like the fruit. And it's, I don't know. A lot of people choose like lemons or cherries, strawberries. But he went for a Kiwi. And I like that.
It was just like any other normal day. I was cleaning the place, just going through
The
my daily
art is
routine,
beyond
making
gorgeous.
sure everything was alright and ready to open the cafe. Little did I know how much things were going to change. I don't exactly remember, but I am pretty sure I decided to go
Look
outside
at
to
the
take
little
out the
Kiwi.
trash. And that's where I met him. I was so
He's so
confused,
small.
yet also intrigued. Poor guy seemed as if he was worn out. I took him inside, and after a while, he was all happy and jumpy. Over
Oh,
time, we became very good friends.
look at them.
I think it was a little silly that somehow he taped some wings to his back. Maybe his dream was to fly, even though that seemed impossible. He looked so happy jumping around, so carefree. We laughed and enjoyed every second we could spend together.
I love that they went with the style for this to animate things a bit more, aside from like moving things around. It's like the popping between 3 places to give more life to a scene. Like they could have just zoomed out, like panned out, and have the scene move a little bit, you know? But they're like, nah, we added this extra animation thing with like the popping sounds, and it sets the tone, and it's so cute. It's adorable.
But there isn't always a happy ending, is there? Months later,
Oh no.
I recall hearing some weird sounds coming from outside the cafe.
Why did it
All of
become
a
dark?
sudden,
It was so
the floor
cute.
started to shake violently. I could hear the buildings giving into the tremors, and in the blink of an eye, everything was engulfed in darkness.
No.
We quickly checked through the windows to catch a glimpse of what was going on. I could not believe my eyes.
Some
Of
really
all
strange
things,
storm.
That is still embedded in my memory, like a searing brand.
Comets?
Destruction, chaos.
Not
and a
even
dark
comets, like an
figure with
invasion.
glowing
What?
eyes. It was almost as if it was staring directly at me. We had no choice but to leave the cafe and run, as everything was being destroyed. When I never expected it, in just an instant. I
His
was caught in
voiceover
shock.
with the music in the background
Right in
is
front
just
of this creature. I
it's
couldn't
so
move
good.
an inch. I felt scared, hopeless.
wow.
My life was going to end there. But that's when he came in.
Ah, look at the little guy. Oh, he saved him. Wait, no. Look at the little guy. No. Whoa. Did he just open a portal? Hello? I'm sorry, but what? Just casually teleported. Like, just Oh, is this where the song comes in? Oh, that's cool. That's actually cool. Okay, so I have to say, I love the color scheme he chose. Because for his justice like character design, it's black, whites, and greens. But his entire aesthetic also is like galaxy, but also dreamy, like stars, like the darker blue, purples, but the neon colors as well. And like most VTubers that would go for like a galaxy aesthetic would also go for like blue and purple, etc. in their model design. But because he didn't, he chose a color that is completely different, but still complementary. It works together so well, but he still stands out as like the centerpiece. That's wow. That's like really good character design and like aesthetic design. Like it can exist really casually on its own, but also in this bigger picture. That's wow. I did not think about it like that. That's really everything about this song just works. It's the story they're trying to tell. It's the music video. It's how everything blends together with how he looks in the backgrounds. And just like I'm just sitting here and like just like someone in chat says, I'm having shivers. It's like goosebumps. And I actually feel like I'm in a dream landscape. Like that it makes sense. It works. It's good. Oh. Either he had a really good team behind it to help him out, or he really knew what he was doing, or both, honestly. Like, damn. He really has an eye for things. And it's sad that he's on hiatus, but damn. Your arrangement is beautiful. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And the best part is, it doesn't look like space. It actually feels like a dreamscape. Even though they use space elements, it's obviously magical and not like outer space. Who's this artist? This is so good. That one door reminds me of Suzume, like a new Makoto Shinkai movie. And I know it has like a bigger meaning in general in like anime and art stuff. Wow. Oh, there's more?
I don't know where this path will take me.
Oh,
if I will ever
wow.
find you, or if you're still out there waiting for me. However, one thing I know for sure is you are my best friend.
Oh! That's so awesome! Ah! Okay. That was wow. Okay. I can see why he was like, yeah, I'm gonna enlist that other video because he just rewrote it. And like he made it so much better. Oh. And like I just love how he incorporated his original song into that. Like he could have just played the lore video, pasted the song to the end, and let just the song play out and end it there. That would have already been incredible. But no, he added a little like post-credit scene to it. And it's this guy is so talented. And I'm so pissed off that he's on hiatus. Like, I love his Valorant shorts. I had no interest in Valorant whatsoever until I found his shorts. Hey! My mom just walked in. I just... Okay. Well, where was I? But just the fact they added a post-credit scene to the end just to like wrap everything up and tie it up with a neat little bow and just give it a last little gut punch in the feels. I don't know, that's just perfect. And I'm just upset that this guy is on hiatus and he is not like... Because I found his Valorant shorts and I had no interest in Valorant whatsoever until I found him. Because he has such natural charisma, he has a really nice voice, and I feel like with his Valorant shorts, it was less about like, oh, it's just a really cool clip from the game. It was more of a, like, hey, this is like a funny sequence that happened, which shows my personality. And that's how I found him, and then I realized he's a VTuber. Like, I know that a lot of creators that don't use cameras still have like a mascot for themselves, and especially with Valorant shorts, they just use that mascot in emotes or like drawings to signify themselves in the conversation. But then I saw that he was a VTuber, so I paid a little more attention to him, and then I realized how absolutely talented he was, and then he had an amazing live to debut early this year. Was it early this year? I think it was early this year. No, it's not yet, and I'm sad. But yeah, I hope for whatever reason he is on hiatus that he's gonna make a killing over there. I think it was like a job opportunity or something, which is for most VTubers recently, honestly. But yeah, I look, Rimmu, please one day come back, give us more original music. I love to hear you sing, and I really, really love what you do. Thank you for that. Okay. Well, do I do an outro for this one? I will do it anyway. Anyway, I really hope everyone that watched enjoyed the lore as much as I did. I certainly know that my chat did. So if you enjoyed this reaction, you can check out my other lore deep dive streams, because I record this on stream sometimes. And if you really like what I do, consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And if you want to give a little extra, you can join my channel memberships, which really does help me and which really does help me and lets me spend more time on my content. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Stream is not ending, by the way. This is just recording because these are turned into videos at some point. Okay, well, that was... Do we want to continue with the feels? Because I know that Shoto's lore will continue with the feels. Or do we need a briefer? Because I know that Buffpup's lore is a briefer, kind of, sort of. Yeah, you're smart that he uploaded the original song separately as well. Yeah, okay. It's really funny, by the way, that I saw the Riri in that video. It was like, I just saw it, and I was like, wait a minute. Hold the phone. Okay. Let's see. What's going on here? I'm getting pings from random places. Oh, that's not expensive at all. So, Yusan and Shoto are doing a 3D concert on November 26th. And we'll have online tickets as well. So, like, it says the early bird ticket is 990 baht, and a normal ticket is 1150 baht. But from what I learned from the concert that, like the convention concert that the capo did, you know, the VTuber with the hair in front of his eyes that got completely cancelled for doing that, which was very weird. Like, it was just a free concert at a convention that you could enter for free if you were in cosplay, by the way, and like the entrance fee was like $3. Like, they said that like 300 baht was like $3. So this is not, even if I'm off with that, this is not gonna be more than $20, which I'm more than willing to pay for a concert with both Yusan and Shoto. It is crazy. Let's see. I'll link you the tweet that they pinged me in the Yuri Discord, and this is where you can find it. Yeah, let's go. We did remove. Let's do Buffpup as like a palette cleanser, just to be sure, you know, so we aren't all dying of some like lore induced feels death. I don't even know what I'm trying to say with that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter anyway. We're starting the recording, which is also importante. Why did it open Creative Cloud? I always hate when Adobe does that. Yeah, I was chilling myself a second ago, but I don't always ask at the end of videos, but I'm just trying to like see whether that helps. Yeah, memberships are available right now. The only like unique content you can get there, like I have some videos that I've recorded, I kind of can put there, but I haven't gotten around to it. But I've got, I think, 9 thumbnail, like 6 or 9. I'm not completely sure. I think I did 2 or 3 batches. We were talking about thumbnails earlier, but if you're curious how I do my thumbnails, like on this channel, I've uploaded like Photoshop files for them. And the download links are behind membership wall. If you're Twitch up, however, they're in my Discord. The download link. So if you're interested in that, like how I do things, and you just want to see like the behind the scenes thumbnails, you can look there. Obviously, these are just my thumbnails. They're not commissions. I cannot share those without permission. Doubt anyone will give permission for that anyway. Yeah. So we have werepup lore from April last year, sheep lore from November last year, and the 3.0 lore from September this year. I do want to make sure that I've not missed anything. Lore. Yeah, it's just those 3 videos. Okay, that's good. Display. This is what I need. Yeah, this is the music I'm listening to, by the way. Walking Dog. Link is in the description. That was something I was fussing about earlier. That I needed to change the link in the description, because usually I listen to Ray. This is Ray Records. Cat Records. No, that's not how you spell that. Yeah, this channel. It's from a fellow VTuber lore connoisseur. And he has free to use DMCA free music on his channel, and he has like a live stream that just plays 24/7. But today I was like, nah, I'm gonna try something else. So I'm doing Walking Dog, which I know through Fred Knudsen because he uses that, and I found it very comfy. Okay, but we're going with Buffpup lore. I'm already on the right scene. Yeah, this is good. So we have werepup, sheep, and 3.0. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, good. Are you guys ready? Also, I said that this is gonna be palette cleanser for the feels, but I'm not completely sure. That's just a guess. Knowing Buffpup as much as I do. I don't watch her a lot. She's funny and she's really cute. Okay, let's go. Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1.
Once upon a time, there was a long, narrow strip of woodland where the animals lived. It stretched from the furthest reaches all the way in the north.
She made an entire
to the
map just for the
mountains of
lore
the
video.
south,
That's cool.
known to all as the Eternal Woods.
Wait, the Eternal Woods. Wasn't Lumi called like the Guardian of the Eternal Woods? Or something like that in the Astraline lore? And I know this one was made by Marietta Media. Let me double check. It was. This must be a coincidence, right? Like, I feel like the Eternal Woods is just something that is present amongst multiple pieces of mythology. That's that. I'm just gonna write it off as a coincidence for now.
To the west of the woods was the land of the humans, all lights and order and clinical death, where the bodies
looks
of
so
animals
boring.
hung from windows.
What? That's
To
weird.
the east was the dark forest, where terror lurked behind every corner, and blood-curdling screams came every night. The death wail of a creature caught in the open, mauled to death by wolves.
What is going on
And
there?
in
It's
that
so
wood
dark for no
lived a
reason.
little werepup. There she lived, all alone.
Oh,
She had never known her parents, nor her past. From the time she first became self-aware, she had found herself in the shade of the largest tree,
that's so
left to fend for
sad.
herself and chart her own path. Her body was strong, and her hind legs were long. She naturally walked on 2 feet, the province of the all-dominating human.
That's kind of really cool though. Like, any other person that's not really familiar with VTubers would just say, she's just a furry though. But no. There's actual lore, like she's just a weird pup, and that's why she does this. It's so cool. Not to take away that I think Buffpup has admitted to being furry, but that's beyond the point. Like, they actually gave it lore. And look at how cool she looks. Like, just hot damn.
Yet, her snout was long, and her fur was thick. The mark of the terrifying wolf. And she belonged to neither.
Aww.
From the time she first started to wander, she'd noticed that she was different from the other little creatures that wandered the forest. She was bigger, stronger, faster. And the other creatures were tiny, weak, and afraid.
Yeah, of course they are
Wherever
afraid.
she went in the woods, the creatures gave her a wide berth.
Oh, that must be
hiding
so
behind trees or
lonely.
in branches or in their little burrows. The glint of their eyes telling her that they were always watching her every move.
Oh.
To them, she was a predator. To her, she was alone.
I thought this was gonna be like fun and wholesome lore, but it's heading me right in the feels already, and I don't like it. Help. Sad backstories. That's definitely something for the VTuber lore bingo card. Should we do a bingo card at some point? That's actually not a bad idea. I'm gonna put a pin in that.
She looked for somewhere to belong. She wandered the edges of the dark forest, looking for wolf packs that might accept her as one of their own. But the moment they saw her standing on her back legs, they growled and slunk into the shadows,
Aww.
turning her away, a promise of hostile retaliation accompanying her trek into their territory. She even tried to learn the language of the humans, the mysterious ordered utterances that they use to communicate. But when she approached the mysterious alien cubes where the humans lived,
The alien
they shouted
cubes.
and screamed at her and fired thunder and lightning upon her from a stick, chasing her back to the woods.
She doesn't understand guns,
In the
obviously.
cold, snowy nights of winter, she would huddle herself in the shade of the largest tree, keeping herself warm as best as she could. In the rainy nights of autumn, she would put her paws over her ears, shuddering at every last clap and flash of lightning and thunder, each a reminder of her rejection at the hands of those in the west. And in the spring, as the cicadas rang out around her and the air was thick with dew, she would howl, calling out desperately for someone, anyone,
So
to
sad.
soothe the
I
pain
just,
of
I don't
solitude.
like it. It's too sad.
But one night, a little glow of pink chased away the darkness.
Pretty.
The night began like any one of the others. A deep, imposing silence, as she had experienced hundreds of times before. As she fell into a fitful sleep under the shade of the largest tree, a little glow came through her eyelids.
I like to imagine in all those years she's just wandering around. She was like, well, I'm not entirely wolf, but I'm also not entirely human. But she was around humans long enough to understand what humans did to dogs, but also what female humans did to like make themselves feel better. So she dyed her hair, like she has one strand that's red, but she also got a dog collar, but she also has hair clips. Just from staying on the sidelines for long enough, like observing that she learned that and collected those things, or even like made them herself. Like she has enough time on her hands. That's kind of like they don't really go over that. It's somewhat implied. It's kind of funny. Kind of fun.
And then she saw it. It was a little creature,
Oh wow.
a tiny pink rabbit. The werepup was confused. Weren't all animals afraid of her?
Oh, look at the
She
little
growled at
guy.
the rabbit, willing it to go away.
Look at the little guy.
Maybe the rabbit hadn't seen her in the shade, but it would run soon enough, just like the others.
If you're so used to people being afraid of you and like avoiding you, when someone doesn't, you kind of want to push them away anyway, even if they do want to approach you, just because it doesn't feel safe, because you're not used to it. And I kind of feel like that's what she is doing right now. Like, she's obviously growling to the rabbit. Like, even if the rabbit was genuinely not afraid, she wants to make it afraid, because that's how everything else is. He's so small. So small. So cute. Oh, so cute.
It didn't run.
No, it did not. My little friend. Look at the little friend.
It's
Ah.
warm. Is this what it's like to have company?
Oh.
To have friends? What is this light?
Oh, that's so pretty. Those are all featured, but aren't they? I know that the cat is Rose Doodles. The dog is Numi. I don't know the rest though. I assume. Oh, I didn't see Mary. To the right, that is a little doggo. Oh my god. I assume that the pink rabbit is Shxtou because he is a pink rabbit VTuber and he's part of VTuber now with Buffpup, Rose, and Eye Candy. Oh, the cat in the middle might be Eye Candy from my previous form, actually. Oh, this is adorable. So sweet. Haha, look at them.
The werepup was no longer alone. A little pink rabbit had led the charge, and she was now friends with the creatures of the Eternal Woods.
This is the
Behind
awesomeness I was
every
looking
tree lurked
for.
dark shadows, but little creatures curious about her. In every burrow laid not fear, but the havens of unborn children. The animals showed her their world with their light, but more importantly, they showed her friendship.
Oh.
Once upon a time, there was a long, narrow strip of woodland where the animals lived. It stretched from the furthest reaches all the way in the north to the mountains of the south, known to all as the Eternal Woods.
So good.
And
Look
in
at how
that
awesome
wood
it
lived
is.
a little werepup. There she lived, but not alone. And she enjoyed every day, every waking moment, accompanied by the friends she had gained.
This is so awesome.
Her family.
Yes, this one is done by Gorillas. I love Gorillas' writing. Absolutely great. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. I love this. It's so good. I love this so much. I love that there's this common theme in VTuber lore where for some reason, like, they are alone, but then they meet up with all these people, and then they aren't alone anymore. Like, to signify that they... Like to signify something that's related to their actual life, which I know is a thing because VTubers have said it, that they felt alone and didn't know really how to connect with people, but then they started like streaming and VTubing, and then they found all these people and actually created like a found family. I found friends and are no longer alone, and like they incorporate it into their lore that they found all these people. And it's just so wholesome. I can't. It's so cute. Imagine being alone. You are not alone, Babu. Shut up. I do have to say though, this one started out really dark and ended wholesomely. But we have 2 more videos, of which one is about the sheep outfit, which is funny because she's a wolf, right? Is this one gonna be wholesome the entire way through? It's only a minute long. Please let me pray. Fingers crossed. Okay. Good so far. It's a sunny day. I don't have the full volume. Okay, let me restart that. It's good so far. It's a sunny day. Sheep! Adorable. Is she gonna scare the sheep? Or is she gonna be a wolf in sheep clothing? That would just be funny, you know? There she is. Oh, she didn't kill them. She just took their wool.
Okay, you can keep having it.
That's so funny. She just yoinked the sheep stuff. That's so funny. Buffpup X Basil? Oh, did Basil make the lure? That's so cool. Oh, she doesn't show off the outfit though. Buffpup sheep outfit. Is this the one? She doesn't have the outfit. Let's see. Is this the outfit? Yes. Since she didn't actually show off the outfit in the lore video, which sometimes doesn't happen, most of the time it does happen if there's lore for an outfit. This is the reference sheet. I'm pretty sure, like, she has a little woolen hoodie with a little hood with the sheep on it, and then she has sheep slippers, and it's just really cozy overall. And I like that it's just using wool as a material. Like, she didn't kill any sheep. That's kind of cute. I love that. Oh, my nose is itchy. But yeah, we went from dark to wholesome to something that's overall completely cute. But now we have Buffpup's 3.0 lore, which is far more recent than both of the videos we just watched. Those were both in 2022. And this is her 3.0 lore. And from what I've seen, this new model is a lot more edgy. So, I don't know. Let's have... So, yeah, I don't know. Let's give it a watch and see what she has in store for us this time. Okay, display. Let's have the volume right. I'm ready. I'm not. Oh, what does she have in store for us now? This cute little bee. Oh, they have Buffpup with a sheep. That's adorable. This is so well made. Like, it's so pretty. I didn't even stop to think about it. I just went with it. Ah, look at them. Cute. Lovely sheep. Aw, little puppies. Bees. Oh, I love the ponytail on her. Oh no, that's the dark forest. Oh god. Or is it? Is it human property?
Private property. No trespassing? Hmm. Oh. Ugh.
Ugh.
Hello?
It looked like a demon skull. I feel like this video is not gonna end well.
Huh?
Nah, this feels like a trap. Oh, Shaya! That's one of her Fuchiban fellow members. Oh no, it was a trap.
No one left to praise your fighting instincts. All this effort, and you will still be forgotten. Lost. Just as all
Oh
your
no.
prayers. Despite your best efforts, you remain.
Oh! Oh shit! Okay! Shit! Wow! Okay, that genuinely surprised me. Not gonna lie. So many people worked on this. Okay. That was 3 minutes? That felt like 30 seconds. That was so good. That just, I don't know, that just genuinely surprised me. And they kept like the general story like very vague. Like maybe she elaborated a bit on it. And maybe she elaborated a bit on it during her stream. But like the general gist of it is that there's some creature that just catches like these special were creatures, because Shia Bun is like a humanoid bunny VTuber. He's also part of Ichiban, just like Rose Doodles and Eye Candy, which are two people that we saw featured in the first video as one of the many animals that Buffpup made friends with. And like the implication is that whatever creature was trapping them down there, of like was hunting for it, was mimicking Shaya's cry to attract her, or at least other people. That's so cool though. But what happened to Shaya? Okay, I need one moment. Did Shaya have a new outfit as well with lore? Because if yes, then we're gonna watch that. He did not. Okay, well, or does he have a... Didn't. Some VTubers don't post their lore onto their page. No, he didn't seem to have a new outfit recently. So that's not the case then. Okay. Because he doesn't have any lore, we kind of don't know. And I don't know, that might actually be better because it's left out there. And we might never know. Or maybe she will expand on it with her next outfit. regardless of what happened and what the plan is of the creature that turned her into this new, really emo-looking new Buffpup, she looks incredible. She looks amazing. Like that, just like that. Not often that I'm actually looking at a new VTuber outfit that I'm just like, oh, damn. Like I'm just like, it's really cool. And I think it's really cool. But that was like, damn, that's really good. That was so well designed. And it gave off the vibe right away. Even though it was underwater, far away. Hats off for that one. And also that video, so many people worked on it. Those credits just kept going. I'm so happy that VTubing lore has evolved to this point that we're making animated shorts just for the storytelling of a character that people used to stream with. And that it's also like more welcomed in general to do lore like that. And that people enjoy it. Like, obviously I enjoy it, and everyone that's watching this loves VTuber lore. But just in general, even for the people that just casually watch VTubers, a piece of lore will make everyone happy. Because it's just so damn cool. And I'm so glad that we went. And I also like that we have different types of lore videos. Like we have the voiceover with the art that just pans from side to side. And then we have the animatics in different styles. Like we, of course, have Meriwether Media animatics. That's just stationary art that gets animated in post. And then we have the full 2D animation like this one. How long until we have like an actual like animated show for someone? Not just a singular video that we can call an anime like Iron Mouse has, but like an actual like full-length anime. Maybe not full-length, maybe like a few actual episodes, maybe just a few episodes with a like a proper storyline that has more coherency than just a few lore videos in a row. I think the closest we've gotten to that was Shoto Rimmu. Because every single thing had to stand alone, it kind of wasn't. I'm just imagining a Vox Machina animated show, but for VTubers. Anyway, I absolutely love Buffpup lore. And I love that. And I love that they all kind of tie in together. And I really enjoyed just watching them for the first time back to back. Because, I don't know, I would have enjoyed these videos on their own regardless. But now we know the world building a little bit. And just Buffpup's general status among these animals and stuff. Like, she's just friends with the sheep. And she's kind to the sheep. Which is not very normal for wolves. I really like it. It also feels a bit different than usual. I just love Buffpup in general. She's just a breath of fresh air amongst VTubers because she just does her own thing and is not ashamed for it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my reaction, and if you did, consider commenting, like, and subscribing. And if you want to give a little extra, consider joining my memberships because that does really support the channel and allows me to put more time and effort into my videos and my streams. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Stream is not ending. Don't worry. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that Mara was leaving. Did Cinder redebut had lore? I have no idea, actually. I was busy with it, but I'm not completely sure. I could see Astraline making a short series in a few years. I think maybe. I think they're just gonna make a series in their own way, because I feel like Shoto Rimmu was something that Mary was really passionate about, but because everything had to stand on its own and every video had to focus on one specific member, that you couldn't make a coherent story as like a linear thing, but he has said he wants to do that with Astraline because it's a story that involves everyone, so it doesn't have to involve one specific person as the main character. Like, it can just be a continuation of everything else. And that they're just gonna make something that's more linear. Even if that does mean that sometimes one member takes the main character role a bit more than the others. But you saw with the first wave of videos, even though there was one specific person that was introduced as the main character for that video, it was still part of a bigger whole. And I think like everyone got their own video as like an introduction, but future videos might just become how do you call it, like an actual an actual like linear anime story type of thing. Like, it just involves everyone but nobody in particular being the main character. Whatever, you get what I mean. Always ending panic. Don't panic. I have a question. Would you make a discussion video of VTubers if VTubers should have lore or not to their own avatar? I don't know if someone asked this before or not. I can make an entire video, but I can also just answer your question. I don't think a VTuber needs lore. And I also think that lore in every capacity is valid. Like, there are people that don't really play a character, they just have an avatar, and that avatar does have lore on theory, out on paper. But otherwise, the lore is not relevant. It's like, I know that Sykkuno, his form technically has lore, but it doesn't really matter because he just streams as Sykkuno. Even on streams with his VTuber model, it's just his representation. So like, he has lore on paper, but not really. Like, it just depends on how heavy your lore is part of your streams and how much you want it to be. But I don't think VTubers need lore. I mean, there is someone, Initi Sanji, on the JP side, that's just literally a nun. That's like the entire thing. It's just, they're none. And the lore is that they're a nun. And you don't need to know that lore. You can see it from her because she looks like a nun. Still very popular. Like, it just depends on how you want to look at it. And like, there are other people that say like, oh, I just want to be a cat boy on the internet. Valid. No lore needed. You're just a cat boy on the internet. I mean, it is that Mary loves writing, and that's why he expanded on this lore, but like, he could have just gone forever being like, I'm just a dog boy. That's my entire lore. I'm a dog boy. I'm a dog. Woof. It's just how much effort you want to put into it and how passionate you are about it. But don't feel like you should have lore to be a VTuber. And to be fair, a lot of these people that got good lore videos were already streaming for like a year or 2 years before they got any lore. Like, of course they had like some backstory of their character and they mentioned it or something. Like, to get like proper lore done and have something coherent, some of these people have been streaming for years before they got that. And I know the pressure is a bit high for new people to have that from the get-go, but you really don't need to. Works really good for him? Yeah, exactly. Just be a dog. Works out great. But yeah, I can look into it making like a proper video about that, but I don't know. It's not really relevant right now. Okay, so we got through Buffpup lore. I had lore on a daily basis. I could never talk about it in just one video. I mean, that's why people get 2.0 videos. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay. Music. Now we have Shoto's lore. Okay, let's do a tally for how long we'll be here. I actually gonna use a calculator because I'm stupid with maths. So we got 10.5 minutes. Then we got 17.3 plus... No, let's say that's 16. 43 minutes? We're gonna be here for 43 minutes? I'm gonna use the restroom before we start that. Jesus Christ. Oh god. That's yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go on a small break again. I'm going to use the restroom, refill my water. So use the few minutes to stretch your legs, get something to drink, use the restroom yourself. Because like I said, the Shoto lore is 3 videos, and just the videos alone is 43 minutes. So we'll be here for like an hour. Take care, don't fall in. You don't fall in. Yeah, be right back. I sat down on my chair. And usually I sit down really slowly. This time I didn't. I just like and the chair just sat down. And I didn't realize how far it actually sags down when you sit on it. Like usually if you just sit on it slowly, you just don't realize. Welcome back. Welcome back to you. I don't know if you have left. So how are you guys doing? Still enjoying things? Everything still alright? Okay, Mary has a good question on Twitter, which I would just want to go over before we continue. Which VTuber lore is your favorite? I know he has asked that question to me personally before. I don't have an answer. It just depends. Like, I have a bias towards Melody's Ode to the Cyber Apocalypse, because that was the first video I reacted to. Not the first video I watched, but the first video I actually reacted to. I made a video on YouTube about it. But I've reacted to so many. I think I just really love Mouse's lore because of how extensive it is. I love Mary's lore, but it's not my favorite. It's really inspiring, but it's not my favorite. I also love Yusan's lore, but that's for personal reasons. Which one is my favorite? I don't know. Which one is your favorite, chat? No bias, but all of Hilda's made me cry. Fair enough. Fruits? Fruit? How much lore? I mean, she might have more lore overall. A lot of people are saying Yusan and Shoto. That's actually cute. Fox has a lot of character. That's true. My lord. Fanta Crow. So, for people that have not seen Fanta Crow's lore, he basically just recorded, he made a set out of paper. And then he made little puppets with icicle sticks. So he just printed out his own model and then some other characters and put them on a popsicle stick and used them as puppets like that. I'm not too deep into lore. I haven't watched lore videos. I'll watch Ezzy. Oh, you're so sweet too, mommy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Callie's lore is also really good. That video was getting a new resurgence. It was really funny because that video, like, it took a while for it to get views in the first place. And then suddenly it started getting views again. Like usually, this after the initial pop-off, this line, like, it only climbs really slowly. But it's mostly, like most videos, it's pretty much flat, but like not quite. But as you can tell, it's like going up again. And I'm not sure why. For people that don't understand YouTube analytics, this lighter area is like the range where my videos usually fall in. So it was like at the it was very below average at first, then it went into average, and then it stayed like at the bottom of average, and then it went up, and now it's like in the middle, which is, I don't know why that's happening. Like, it's still getting views. I'm not complaining though. Yeah, the YouTube search is up. Like that's on most of those views, but I don't know. I really appreciate it though, because I really love the video overall. And I also love Callie's lore. Got demonetized though. Because Hololive being Hololive. It's fine, I still made $2 of it. Yeah, without dwelling too much longer on it, let's go into Shoto's lore. Gonna be here for a while, aren't we? It's fine though. I've watched the first 2 videos several times and they're really good. I've not watched the last one, so you'll have my first reaction to it. But it's good to you know, refresh your memory. This one is also gonna hit you in the feels, by the way. It's yeah, it's a really good lore. Look how cool he looks.
Things weren't always like this. Before any of this, I lived a quiet and peaceful life. Like any
Oh,
other
his
kid,
village is
I
so
had a mom
pretty.
and dad who loved me, friends, and plans to live a much simpler life. I was so fucking weak. I had no idea this would happen. None of us did.
His lore's so sad. I know what comes, but I'm still.
I grew up in Bakumori, a village with strong ties to magic and demons. I was taught techniques, history, and the way of life passed down through our people.
Look how pretty
I
everything
learned
is.
about how our village was built by the ancient demons and how we were the only people to produce mana fruit. Things I never really cared about. I dreamed more of venturing out into the world and leaving my home one day.
I just realized that Shoto's channel points, they're mana fruits. And I always thought it was like an RPG thing. And even though I've watched this video several times, I'm only just clocking that it has a lore reason. That's so funny though. I never realized. That's cool.
I wanted to do so many things and learn so much more about the outside world. I even wanted to follow my father's footsteps and maybe become a baker.
Ah!
People like me are born with magic, but whether they are loved by this magic is something only the gods control.
Oh.
The gods of this land are fickle. All of them are. They pull and twist the strings of fate on a whim and grant their blessings to whomever they please. I was one of those few. The gods gave me their blessing when I was still very young, gifting me with a special divine protection. For most people, things like fresh bread and other daily comforts all have their own scent. My protection takes it a step further. I can clearly remember the smell of every plant, every poison, every cure. They're all
That's
unique.
kind of cool though.
For me, those two things share the exact same aroma. Be it different animals or monsters,
Ah.
people in our everyday lives.
So that's Joel, person I made, and Bao. Who is the left one? Lily Bell? Lemon Minty? God, there's so many green-head VTubers that I don't know anymore. I do like that he is paying homage to his friends like this, though.
Or even the smell of different animals or monsters, people in our everyday lives, or even the smell of a spirit or a demon. Even abstract things like sadness.
That's not
joy,
Fox, by the way.
Anger. They each carry their own scent. But because of my gift, as some called it, I was seen as an object of fear. Villagers avoided me. Only a few others would try to befriend me.
Imagine getting the one thing that everyone in that village aims to get, like the blessing of the gods to have the magic love them. But because you did, everyone fears you. That's just, I don't know, that it's such a backwards thing. And it must be so lonely. Like, even if they didn't fear him, they would still look at him differently because, first of all, he was powerful and he got it at a young age. It's also something that everyone else was looking for, and they might not get it until years later, so they'd look up to him. But it's very lonely when you're on the pedestal alone. Maya? I forgot what VTuber she is, but I know her from Evan. Ah, that makes sense. Man, I wish I can make the search. Oh, yeah, just practice. You blocked the text, by the way? Oh, yeah, that was because the subtitles were up top. There's a reason why my camera is up top to begin with. Because most subtitles are at the bottom always. And now the subtitles are here. So if this... It's just something we have to deal with if the subtitles are not at the bottom and I somehow block them. It's not much that I can do. I've not figured out how to record my camera and the screen separately. So I cannot change it. Children's outfit reminds me of Alakazation. I mean, from when is this video? Very much be inspired by it. 2021, December 2021, so it's almost 2 years ago. I don't know. Just wanted to let you know. Yeah, it's something that I know it's really annoying. But as long as I cannot record my screen separately from my camera, I will not be able to fix it in post anyway. So it's, yeah.
Yet, villagers avoided me, and only a few others would try to befriend me. Yet, there was one boy who didn't see me as a freak. My best friend, Ether. He wasn't a native to Bakumori. Instead, his family moved here from the far north. He was born with magic, like many in Bakumori. However, he had no talent for it.
This entire video is so beautiful.
The gods did not favor him as they did me. Yet, despite that, he was the only one who understood me. We spent most of our days.
Yeah, they're both ends of the same spectrum, and it's both lonely. But they found each other.
Even if it required a bit of extra assistance. We talked day after day about powerful magic, beasts and monsters, distant worlds. Enough to fill a library. It was our hope that one day I would go with him and we would leave this village together. And one day, that wish came true.
Oh no, not this part, not this part.
Under a full winter moon, the ancient Tori Gate opened for the first time in decades. And, as tradition, the people of Bakumori rushed to greet the demons they worshipped so fervently. However, we were not met with blessings or wisdom. Instead, we were met with an army.
That must be so scary. That the fairy thing that you always worship
The demons killed
come
relentlessly,
here to destroy you.
slaughtering men, women, even children, saturating the snow and soil with Bakumori's blood. I took Ether and
Yeah, the art hits so hard.
ran away, ran for my family. There wasn't anything I could do, right? Was I a coward?
No, you're just a
As we
kid.
ran away, Bakumori burned to the ground around us. The people I knew and grew up with were cut down before my eyes. My friends, eviscerated, or burned alive. We reached the edge of the village. We had almost escaped. But then,
My heart. It's
we
just
met her.
every time again.
I was
It
under
hits
a
me.
spell and forgot what I was doing. Forgot about the murders, running away, the village. Forgot about Ether. Before I could even comprehend what was happening.
Mm.
Ether tried to
No, we cannot have a lore video. That's just fun. This is not possible.
We laid there like always, under a starry night sky. I was almost ready to accept it. For it to
The
be
music
last
is not
time
helping. I want to
be together like
cry.
But I didn't want to die here. We were supposed to see the world together. Explore the skies, see new lands. I couldn't give up on our dreams. I wanted to be selfish. And so I took Ether, and I kept moving. I was determined to save my best friend. Eventually, we made it to the shrine where we first met.
Oh.
The lady threw down in front of it. If I was so truly loved by the gods as Mom said, then they would answer me here. Ether's voice was so weak. The sounds he uttered made no sense. But I couldn't stop there. I
Shoto's
prayed
voiceover
to
is
anything
so
that was
immersive.
I prayed that they would give us their blessing.
It's so beautiful.
Miraculously, a god did answer. I was engulfed by spirits. The pain in my throat subsided. My body felt lighter. I quickly looked at Ether, but blood continued to pour from his fatal wounds.
They healed him,
I prayed
but they
as
didn't heal his
hard
friend.
as I could, begging them to help my
Oh
friend.
no.
But the gods remained silent, no matter what I said.
The most messed up part of it is he prayed for something. He prayed for his friend and also like for his own health, that the gods would help them. And like the messed up part of it is that gods did answer, but they chose to only help him. Like they could have helped Ether. Just chose not to. I don't know, man. I would feel so betrayed. Like first, you grow up somewhere where you worship the gods and you worship the demons that built your village, and then the gate opens and then those demons come to kill everyone. And then you're like, okay, maybe the demons are bad, but the gods, surely they love us, right? And then they just screw you over anyway. Everything you've known and lived for up until that point, just crumbling underneath your feet. Everyone you know is dead. And even the gods are like, yeah, no. We protect you with you alone. But like, what good is it if you live alone because of it? And there's still more. There's still more. And it's just one video out of 3.
Soon after, Ether became silent. Yet still, I begged. I asked for anything, anyone, to help me. To help Ether. A voice spoke to me. Not one I recognized or understood, but they placed their hand on my head. I looked around to find this voice, yet no one was there. Except for me. I looked over to Ether. His body was fading into mana, being claimed by the forest. I begged Ether not to leave me, that I didn't want to go without him. He simply smiled at me. And even though his voice no longer sounded, I understood what he was trying to say. His body was gone. Nothing was left but that cursed knife. The day they took my friend was the day they took everything from me. After that night, I promised to live on for both of us. I vowed to forever hunt down every demon that crossed me, to rid the worlds of their very existence. They had taken everything from me,
It's
I
there's
would
so
take
much.
everything from them in return. Even so, deep within me, I know this won't ever bring him back.
A life of revenge is a very lonely life. If you have lost everything you live for, you create something to live for. Just look at the scene, it's so beautiful. The fact that they even keep a dark screen at the end, like just to give you like 10 seconds of like, yeah, deal with whatever you're feeling right now. Even though the origin story is very, I don't know, I don't want to say cookie cutter because that's doing this entire video so much injustice, but it is following a lot of tropes, like, oh, I live my life this way and then we are betrayed by the people we worship and I lost everyone and I'm now avenging the death or deaths of my loved ones, and I'm now avenging the death or deaths of my loved ones and going to spend the rest of my life trying to hunt down every part of this species or group to get my revenge, to give them what they gave me. A lot of loss. But there's so much personal touches to this. There's so much emotion to it. And just like the entire thing, the art was incredible. The way it was animated was animatic style, but still, I don't know, unique. Like there are very many personal touches to it from the animator. And then like, I don't know what I wanted to say for the third point, but the music, the soundscape, everything worked together so well. And something I've said in a previous video, in 2021, VTuber lore was pretty much like in its infancy. So to have something as long, detailed, and as much production value back then, like this thing is almost 2 years old. That's huge. That was, I don't know, that wasn't done that much back then. Only by bigger names, company VTubers, if at all. And I know that Merryweather Media was already active around this time, I think. But this wasn't done by them. This was done by someone else. Like, Shoto decided to hire a team to get this done, even though it wasn't as widespread. It wasn't as normal. He just wanted to get it done, and he got it done. And he told an entire story in 10 minutes. And what I also just absolutely love is that when he describes himself, he is a demon slayer guild leader. You just think that he is like a demon slayer that grew up among other demon slayers. It's like the humans against demons, and his parents were demon slayers, and he just learned the craft, and he eventually started his own demon slayer guild. That would like feel like a logical progression if you just saw like, oh, he's a demon slaying guild leader. But no. He worshipped demons as a kid. It was part of his life. It was part of his legacy. Like the entire village he came from was built by demons. And he was betrayed by them. He became a demon slayer despite it being his legacy to be worshipping demons. So he completely flipped around. And like the guild came after. Because he was so lonely that he needed other people. He wanted to be a leader. He wanted to have people around him. And like that's more touched upon in the second video, which we'll watch in a second. But I love how he took a very simple concept, but threw us for a complete loop for what you'd expect on the first glance. And told such a beautiful story with so much rich backstory and lore to it. Like he set up a really good world building as well to fully explain where he came from, what the reason of things is, and how the magic system works, and it's only telling about such a small part of the world, but it still told us so much. But yeah, without saying much more about the topic, let's just watch the second video. This one you can just go into it from this one easily. I don't need to give you any context whatsoever. Like, just watch it. Yeah. Oh, that was a lot. But we watched that. This one's longer, by the way. This one's 17 minutes. Almost an entire anime episode. You guys still awake? I'm sort of awake. But I'm also... My heart is not feeling very good. We can do this, guys. We can do this. This one was made by Meriwether Media, by the way, for those curious. There's the boy. Oh, this one is also so well made. It's so different, but also well made.
I got all day. I'll hunt you down.
Oh yeah, his sense of smell. It's kind of cool. I love how the first video was more story focused, and this one is more action focused.
It's not coming from him. It's behind me. That means...
Oh, what an illusion? Oof.
Ooh, how did you break out of my spell so quickly? Well, you got some magic tricks too? Huh? Tell me.
There's so much detail on this.
Come now. Let me pick your brain for a bit. It's not every day that I get to face off with someone like, you. Hey, let's go for a romantic walk and talk, yeah? Swap techniques or something? Come on, what's the rush?
Stop talking.
Ooh, he shoots, he misses. Not so good at aiming, are you? Hey, you ever consider taking some classes? You getting your eyes checked, or maybe doing something about those sweaty hands of yours?
I love how the demon is just making fun of him, because he doesn't understand why Shoto is attacking him in the first place. Shoto is like, you're a demon and I'm gonna kill you.
Damn.
I love that
Okay,
everyone,
one
even the
gun.
demons, have their own color of magic.
Shut up and die already.
You sure like letting that knife do all the talking for you, huh? Look, I know your type, buddy. You walk around with a one-track mind and this massive chip on your shoulder. You know, those eyes of yours say a lot more than you think. It's sad, really.
Sad? Your existence is sad.
Oh, did I hit a nerve? So you are upset about something. Why don't we talk it over lunch, huh? My treat.
It's so funny because overall, demons aren't per se bad people. It was just that group of demons that killed the entirety of Shoto's village. But for Shoto, it's just like all demons are bad. So this guy is like, you're just attacking me. Okay, well, fine. Fun, I guess. But let's talk it over. Let's be friends. Like, I don't entirely see why it's a problem here. Because, like, in Demon Slayer, like the anime, humans, Demon Slayers, and demons, they are actual enemies. Like, they hate each other. But in this case, it's just Shoto that hates the demons. Like, obviously, there might be some discontent towards demons in general, but it's mostly just Shoto personally. So the demon is just confused, and he is like, yeah, well, fine, I guess.
Don't start sympathizing with me now, asshole. All the people you murdered.
What the hell are you even talking about? The only people I've ever killed deserve to be killed.
You piece of...
Yeah.
Listen, kid, I don't know why you're here or what you think I did to you, but aren't you being a little rude here? Yeah, you come into my home, try to kill me, and don't even introduce yourself? Man, I must be a poor host if you're treating me like this. So how about we start?
Guys, like, I was just chilling, man.
Tell me who you are. A name would be nice.
Me? I'm the one you forgot to kill. Why don't you come closer and finish the job, coward?
You really need to get your head out of your own ass. I don't know if it ever occurred to you, but has your pea-sized brain ever considered that you've got the wrong guy?
Don't push it, demon. If you think lying your way out of this is a good idea, you have an insanely messed up sense of humor.
But you seriously believe that... Hey, buddy. You know I'm not with them, right? Not all of us are. Yet here you are, trying to murder little old me. When I didn't do shit.
I love this demon. I just love listening to him.
Telling the truth? No, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, his judgment is completely clouded by the
and every one of them.
like the will for revenge.
And every other demon could have stopped them. Stopped them from killing Ether. This conversation is over. No matter what you say.
I love how they use stills from the previous video
Soak the earth with the blood of your
for the
kind.
memories.
Well, it was worth a try. Sorry I couldn't help you, kid.
I don't need your fake sympathy.
Look how blinded he is
You
with
rot in
rage
your
and
soul
grief.
soon, demon.
I love the action sequences in this one. It's so good.
Tadashi, Kyron, I might have to leave you both sooner than I thought. Hey, it kinda hurt. Careful.
So
You'll give me a bit
strange to
of a
see that he's kind till the end.
Do you really think this is funny? Are you sick? Or...
Easy, buddy. Look, I may have lost, but let me have some fun while I still can. You know, it's kind of sad to see people like you so serious.
The man is literally dying. But he's still like, I feel sorry for you.
Life's hard. There's still plenty of things to enjoy and laugh about. Even when you're on death's door. Like me.
Just die more quietly or something.
My guy, you're killing him, and then you're like, oh, just die more quietly. He's already going without a fight at this point. And you're killing him anyway. If you're getting conscious now, it's a bit too late, man.
Okay.
Hey, kid. You might not like hearing this, but I'll say it anyway. You want to know what's funny? While we were fighting, I could tell you were holding back a few times.
Ugh.
That intent to kill me kept withering with each strike from the first. Look, is that a bit of guilt I see there?
The voice actor is so well cast. It's so good.
Maybe you're not all that bad. Look, you can lie to yourself all you want, you know. Keep up this, revenge of yours or something, but whether it's me or the next demon. One day, you'll feel like a complete dumbass and say, "Oh no, I'm so stupid.
Man's
shouldn't
literally
listen
dying
to
and
Doc."
still trying to help Shoto.
Haku. Is that your name?
Oh yeah, not like you would care or anything, right? After all, I'm just a...
He's just mocking him. It's so good. He's just like, he knows that Shoto cares. He knows that he feels guilty, but he is like just playing along in a mocking way just to help Shoto open up a little bit.
You would care or anything, right? After all, I'm just a good-for-nothing demon that slaughtered your precious friends and family. Or some other bullshit you've convinced yourself of, yeah? Wait. Like, do me a favor at least. Let them live.
Them? What do you mean?
Voice acting is so on point. It's so good.
I was gonna make them a nice meal tonight. We're gathering in the woods for ingredients and everything, but instead of some tasty fruit, I managed to find myself a murderous, deranged human instead. It's like I won the fucking lottery today.
It just puts things in perspective so much. Like, I know that Haku is right now just trying his hardest to show what, not humanity, he's a demon, but like, you get what I mean, to Shoto. Like, I'm just like a dad figure for these kids. I was just looking for some food. I was literally not doing anything wrong. I wasn't part of the crew that killed your village. I don't want to be associated with them. However, I couldn't do anything about it as well. I'm just trying to take care of my kids, okay? And then you came around and just decided to murder me out of nowhere. Like, it was not like I was feasting on some guy's firstborn child. Just looking for some fruit, man. And Haku knows what he's doing, but his heart is so kind that even though he's dying, he could be yelling and screaming and cursing him out. He is looking out for Shoto's future from here on out, which is just wild if you ask me.
Shoto. My name. It's Shoto.
Take care, you two. I'll see you once again someday.
Oh no, the music is setting in.
Ether. What am I doing? Huh? Wait.
It wasn't lying.
Who are you? Fuck off! Where's Haku? What did you do to him?
Tadashi, we need to run. This guy is bad news.
Damn it. I don't want to die.
Sister kids.
This isn't right. I'm no better than that fucking monster. I'm sorry, Ether.
It's great though that he still sees Haku as a monster. Like, it wasn't the fact like, oh, maybe not all demons are bad, but like realizing, oh, but by killing all the demons, I'm no better than the demons. Like, that was not the takeaway, Shoto. That was not the takeaway here. But I mean, like, whatever means to the end, as long as it works, right?
I'm sorry, Ether.
Quick, I think he's distracted. We gotta run now.
Screw that. We gotta take him out and fight Haku.
She was a rock.
What's this?
And I was crying.
I'm sorry, Ether. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You probably think I'm terrible too, right?
honestly so beautiful that in the first video we saw him lose everything and go on what for most people you could see as like a justified fit of rage to get revenge. Like that's just what trauma does to a person. But then immediately turn around that he realizes this isn't right either. This doesn't do the legacy of my family and my friend justice either. And like I'm no better of a person. Like killing them isn't doing what I thought it did.
You probably think I'm terrible too, right?
Oh, Ether's magic.
Why isn't he moving? Fuck. Die already!
Tadashi, he's gonna hurt us. Let's get out of here.
Wait,
Let them live.
I'm sorry.
Is this a trick? Is he casting a spell or something?
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Sorry for what?
Your friend, Haku.
Bold from him though to ask for forgiveness even though he just killed a guy. I could just basically kill their dad.
Am I really going to run again and make the same mistake? No. I know what I have to do. Ether, you do the same thing, right?
Oh
You
man.
tried your best for me, despite how scared we were.
What are you doing? Oh, at least he's gonna help them bury him.
Why? You killed him! And now you act like you care about him all of a sudden?
I do have to say, like, I understand why Shoto does this. Like, okay, I made a mistake, but I can at least help them. But on the other hand, I feel like because he is the killer of what's basically their dad, him helping them, I think it adds to the trauma. Like, they just lost someone, and now the guy that is the reason why they lost him is helping them. Like, they could feel so manipulated. That could be so damaging to them. And I don't know whether it's per se better, like either leaving them alone to their grief with no closure, but at least he just F's off. Or you could stay around and give them the closure with the risk of making them feel manipulated and add to the trauma. Like, it's regardless, it's not better, but I feel like he should have just apologized and left. Like, maybe at this point he should have just left, but we can all tell that he's not leaving.
I'm not asking for your forgiveness.
You just asked forgive me.
Show you that I'm truly regretful for what I've done. Haku, didn't deserve this. You two didn't deserve to lose a precious friend because of my selfishness.
Man, I do feel like staying around and having them forcefully deal with the fact that you feel sorry for yourself and that you made a mistake, like, your drive to prove how regretful you are to them, I feel like that's selfish. I think that that's more selfish than what he did to begin with. Like, he just should have said sorry. Like, he just should have said sorry, have them bury, and leave. Leave them alone. Like, you can always come back and leave them like a basket of like food. so they can at least survive. But like, stay the hell out of their lives. You already did enough damage. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hello, I don't speak Spanish, but I'm doing fine. I'm not a girl. I'm not a boy. I am non-binary. I use they them pronouns. And if that's a problem for you, please leave.
He was important to you as a precious friend because of my selfishness. He was important to you, and yet I took him from you both. I can't bring him back.
No, you cannot, Shoto.
Responsibility for what I've done.
What are you talking about?
I've made a terrible mistake. Many terrible mistakes. And I realized it too late. If you both will allow it, please, give me a chance. I'll take care of you two from now on.
Again, I really think he should have just left. It's just like, you made so many mistakes. You hurt so many families. Unless you're gonna go back and make it up to all of them, you should just go and continue the rest of your life and be better, but just leave them alone.
I can't promise to be like Haku. I'll take care of you two from now on. I can't promise to be like Haku, but I can promise to do my best to make sure nobody else will bring harm to you two.
Why should we trust you? Humans are the worst.
Yeah, they have every right to
They've
believe
done
so.
nothing but try to get rid of us. Haku was always stronger than them, but then you. I can't trust a human. I can't trust you.
Like, especially at this moment, I feel like Shoto should have realized that what happened to him, he essentially did to them. And, like, I can understand why he wants to stick around to make sure that they don't start to hate humans and go down the same path as he did. I feel like these are so kind-hearted and hurt already that I wouldn't. I don't know.
A human. I can't trust you.
I'm sorry. We might have mourned together, but after that, Tadashi and Kairin kept their distance from me.
As they should.
I might have promised to care for them, but it wasn't easy gaining their trust. After all, I had deprived them of the person they loved most in the world. Still, I couldn't give up. I kept trying to talk to them, finding ways to show my remorse, even if it took days before they'd finally acknowledge me.
They
didn't understand.
They didn't have to at all.
I tried so hard for them, even after they kept pushing me away. So, I told them everything. About my past, my pain, and my friend. I told them
He just
about
became his
how I
own
wanted
worst
to spend it
nightmare.
all together,
He just became his own worst pain.
how he was taken away from me back at Bakumori. How I'd been so blinded by my rage and sorrow that it led me on this path of hunting down every demon I could find because I wanted to avenge him. I told them all about how Haku had seen through my misguided reasons for wanting to kill him, and yet he tried
Haku
to
has a
speak to me like an
bigger heart than any of them
and
deserve.
as he was dying by my hand, how he helped me realize that I was on a path to self-destruction, and how his final words led me to his young charges, and to my new vow to care for them both. It wasn't easy, and I could see they were still fearful, but opening my heart to them and letting them in was the first step. And somehow,
Good for you, Shoto, that you
naturally,
learned from all this.
they let me in too. We laughed, cried, and shared many wonderful experiences together.
Okay, so I'm just gonna attribute them eventually letting him into them being young. But I do feel it's like a kind of unhealthy relationship that he was kind of forcing on top of them. Like, he clearly was not gonna leave until they accepted him. So in a way, they didn't really have a choice. So even though it's good for Shoto that he learned to let people in and learned that demons weren't all bad as he thought they were, it's kind of at the expense of these kids. That didn't need to happen. Like, he could have like just made some other friends. But despite that all, it's good that he helped those kids heal and that he didn't leave them to fend completely for themselves, because they clearly needed an adult. And he became that adult. I don't know how old he is supposed to be in this time frame. But yeah. Like I said, there are certain parts that I don't agree with, but the eventual outcome is positive for them all. Ish. Shoto still killed their dad. Like that's not gonna reverse.
Cried, and shared many wonderful experiences together. And with time, we learned to heal. And before we knew it, 2 years had passed.
You spent 2 years with them.
Are you sure you want to stay?
Our place is here, where we grew up. But you can come back and visit whenever you want.
I do want to point out that that purple jacket that Shoto's wearing here, that's like his original outfit, which implies that his 2.0 outfit is actually like an outfit from the past. And this is kind of like a prequel to his VTubing activities. Because he started his VTubing activities with the purple jacket, and then he got the outfit that he was wearing in this video since the start. That was like his 2.0 version. But still, the story is still linear compared to what we watched. It's a bit confusing. Because, or like, obviously, the first video was his backstory, and this is still before. So, like, obviously, the first video was his backstory, and this comes after it, but it's still a prequel to his streaming activities. It's still a prequel to when he became a guild leader. So I wonder why the third video falls in, because I've not watched it yet.
Here, where we grew up. But you can come back and visit whenever you want. You still have that other dream to realize, right? The one you share with your friend. Thanks for fulfilling your promise to Haku. And to us. We're really grateful for everything you've done. Enjoy the world out there. Just don't be a stranger, okay?
They're too kind.
I'll miss you guys.
They didn't need to be, but they were.
Thanks for everything.
It just makes them infinitely better people than Shoto will ever be.
Haku.
No offense.
I finally get it now, Ether. There's plenty to learn and so much fun to be had in companionship and adventure.
Oh.
Even with those who are different to us. I'll travel the world, but not for revenge. I want to spread the joy of companionship with those willing to join me. Human, demon, whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's so wholesome, so sweet.
I want to meet all sorts of people and forge new bonds. One day, I promise I'll find those who took you and my family away from me. But until then, I've got a bigger goal to achieve.
You can do it,
A dream
Shoto.
not written with blood or tears. Watch over me, Ether.
Yeah, let's go. He starts his adventurers guild. So he started the guild to... I don't know. He started the guild to fulfill his promise to his friend that they wanted to see the world together. And that's kind of cool. Aha, Jonas Scott was... Yeah. Also, both those boys were by the same voice actor. That's kind of cool. That's really cool. You know, even though I paused the video so many times to tell you how I disagreed with the story, I feel like that's a good thing. Because stories and fiction shouldn't always be something that's good or right or something that you agree with. Because stories are art, and art is there to inspire conversation, inspire several, like a lot of things. It's not just to make you feel good. It's not just to entertain you. It's to make you think. And that's something this video definitely did. Like 100%. And also, a lot of VTubers love to put themselves in a position where there is like sympathy with them because they had a tragic backstory, but also that they're very powerful and that they're the good guys. But I really love that Shoto put emphasis on like the morally gray and the flawed parts of himself. Like, he's not perfect. He won't be. He's trying to be better. But it acknowledges that he isn't. And it's self-aware in that way. He is self-aware in that way. And that's a good thing. And I like that. That definitely sets Shoto apart as a VTuber, but also sets his lore apart. And I don't know, it's this... I love it so much. And to think that if we just left it here, it would have already been an amazing lore story. But we have a third video. I have no clue what's happening in that video. It's the lore that accompanied his spring outfit, but I don't know if it's at all related to his spring outfit, but just chapter 3 in his lore. And I don't know where it falls in the timeline, so let's find out. It has so much depth. It does. It does. Oh, I do want to add, like, this isn't going to be part of the video. The first video was called The Birth of a Demon Slayer. The second was Like Human, Like Demon. But this one is called Memories of a Demon Slayer. Okay. And this is another 15 minutes, by the way. Okay, I don't have a text from my mom that she needs something from me, which is good. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Just making sure that I'm not gonna get interrupted randomly, just like earlier. Like, even though it broke my train of thought, it didn't interrupt the reaction. That would have been awkward. Okay. 15 minutes. Oh, almost 16. Was this by the same artist as the first video? Let's see. Audio, trimming, sketch, lines, color. But it's just by a different studio. And who is this? Yeah, it's not the same people. I do see that someone that worked on the animation. The credits are not here, they're in the video. Someone that worked on the animation in this video also worked on this. Yeah, Koa. Interesting. Okay, are you guys ready? So I'm not sure I am.
Everything that happened that day.
Oh wow.
Is forever burned into my memories.
Okay. He revisited the original lore video and recreated the scenes.
It
Okay.
always starts with a faint, lingering scent. Whether it's from a dead carcass, freshly
Ugh.
printed soil, or a waft in the wind. The demons have a very distinct scent, since they're not like us. They lived in this world far before humans, dwarves, and any other divine race. The demons have one of the most peculiar scents, in the way that you can't describe it. Fresh bread has the sense of a warm blanket,
I'm already
simple comforts,
getting
and
goosebumps.
familiarity. Elves have the scent of morning dew and
Oh,
fallen
there are
leaves
elves
and
in this
temperate
world?
winds.
That's kind of cool.
Jealousy has the sense of fermenting alcohol, metal, and rotting wood mixed together. But a demon,
Oh.
I've never been able to compare it to anything else. That in itself makes it one of the most distinct smells in this world. And one of the reasons why they've always been easy to track down, no matter how far they are from me. The smell gets thicker and more saturated the closer you get to the source. This is true of
Interesting.
anything or anyone. So once I've got a hint of a trail, I follow it until I reach my final mark.
I really love that they is giving more backstory about his actual power. Like, obviously, it showed that he had magic, but he is not really using the magic aside from like just raw magic, telekinesis, and just using his might. But now he is telling more about his power with the scent, which is kind of cool because he didn't really elaborate on it. It was just a thing, you know?
So once I've got a hint of a trail, I follow it until I reach my final mark, where the scent is as thick as fog. I never jump in blindly. I wait. I bide my time.
Mm-hmm.
I learn about my environment and the demon's habits and movements. Maybe I could wait until they walk near a tree and
Interesting.
impale them against its bark to restrict them. If they tend to look anxious or unsure, I always go for a fake out strike and take advantage of their confusion. Every little detail matters before making the first move.
If you think about it, I don't know whether the timeline is linear, but the fact that he is wearing the same outfit as he was wearing before killing Haku, or while killing Haku, and he's still on the killing demon spree. This takes place before the whole Haku storyline. So maybe it bridges over that. I'm interested. This is really cool. That does make for a really interesting timeline. And I'm happy to find out more.
Once I've learned as much as I can about my prey, I look for the perfect opening and throw my knife for a crippling blow. Usually, it goes perfectly. The demon is weakened and I finished the job with little to no extra effort. But this time, I gravely misunderstood how daunting my foe really was.
Get wrecked.
My nose immediately filled with the sense of a strong, demonic magic I haven't recognized since Bakumori.
Ooh.
And as he turned his head towards me, the demon's face morphed, and it gave me the most bone-chilling smile I've ever seen.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I was losing a lot of blood, and my left arm was fractured into pieces.
Oof.
I felt more and more exhausted from the hole he left in my lung, and my vision and sense of smell was blurring. But he was also weakened beyond comprehension. This demon was a caster.
Interesting.
He expended all his mana, and I managed to destroy his leg.
Hmm.
We were both backed up against the wall, and couldn't manage to finish each other off.
Still mate. Well, they
I
both
knew
will
I had
die.
to run. It was only a matter of time before he recovered enough mana to kill me. I was about to use the rest of what strength I had left to escape, until I noticed something eerie. His scent. It was different.
Interesting.
That strong smell of hostility he had faded during our fight. I only noticed once we both had a moment.
Hmm.
His scent quelled to something quieter. He was curious? Curious about something.
About
Like
him.
he was peering into me. He
Interesting.
reached out his hand. Not with vicious intent, but more as a gesture. He spoke to me. His voice sounded oddly alluring and smooth like marble.
Huh.
Confused as I was, I didn't run. I was compelled to listen. He wanted to make me an offer. For some unknown reason, the demon took interest in me, the very human that tried to drive a knife in between his eyes. He wanted to forge a contract.
Oh, that's not for
bind
good.
our fates together. It was because of my eyes. He said my eyes looked hungry, like a starving beast. That I looked more
Ayo?
desperate than any creature or
Question mark?
monster he had ever met. This demon wanted to dwell in my eyes, to observe my journey and learn of my hatred. I was shocked, and even more so repulsed by the idea of ever forming a contract with a demon.
Yeah, obviously.
Before he could explain any further, I rejected the very notion. I knew what he wanted to offer, but I could never trust the words of the same monsters who mercilessly slaughtered my family. At that moment, I mustered all the strength in my body to turn and run.
To be fair, even for demons, contracts are usually bound to your soul. So if you break it, even as a demon, you get messed up. You'll get screwed by your own actions. It's not like a human contract that the only consequence will be the law, which you can outrun if you're smart enough. But a contract with magic, either you hold to the contract or you will face the consequences. Like, no matter what, no matter where you are, no matter how little you broke it. So I understand his mistrust. Because who knows? Maybe this is a caster that can break a contract, whatever. But I feel like that's just a mistrust that comes from within and not a mistrust of the system, of the contract.
But he didn't follow. I heard no footsteps trailing toward me. However, I felt something oddly sinister. The demon's piercing gaze and smile lingered from
That's
behind me.
terrifying.
I kept going. I ran further and further, and his scent faded. But no matter how far I ran, I couldn't shake the uncomfortable feeling that he was still watching me. It was like a
he probably
ravenous
was.
creature drooling down my neck, biding his time.
He's into Shoto, for sure.
I made my way back to the nearby city so I could rest and mend my wounds for the next few days. It was a powerful enemy.
I love the
much
aesthetic
more
of his
powerful than I've met
universe.
so far. But back to the nearby city so I could rest and mend my wounds for the next few days.
Oh fuck, I just wanted to look at it.
I made my way back to
Let
the
me look
nearby
at the city.
so I could rest and mend my wounds for.
I really love the aesthetic of the universe from Shoto's lore. Because it mixes together like modern-ish with fantasy. And like really traditional, like I want to see like a combination of Asian cultures, at least like, what is it, like South Asian? With modern fantasy, or like general fantasy. Okay, let me rephrase that for the video. I really like the aesthetic for Shoto's lore for universe. Because it mixes together like really standard fantasy, like elves, demons, whatever, with something that seems to be inspired by like South Asian aesthetics and cultures. But also his personal touch. And it's like, it's modern, but not quite modern. But it also feels like it's modern in a different way because the world developed differently because there's magic. Because look at the guy with the mohawk in the white shirt. He looks like someone that could exist in the real world. But somehow he fits in with everything else. The same for Shoto's outfits. It looks like streetwear. Or at least like modern clothing, like IRL clothing, but it still has like a tinge of fantasy to it. But then his origin story was in a very traditional looking like little town. But there were also like RPG, like fantasy RPG elements to it. And together, they blend really well to create this really unique aesthetic. And I just really like that because that makes things unique. A lot of VTubers go for either like a futuristic or like a contemporary or fantasy kind of thing, or like just historical fantasy. But Shoto brewed his own thing. Just like he does his own thing. And good for him. Absolutely good for him.
The next few days. He was a powerful enemy. Much more powerful than I'd met so far. But that meant I was getting closer to my
Oh, wait, I
powerful
need
for
to...
the next few days. I made my way back to the nearby city so I could rest and mend my wounds for the next few days. He was a powerful enemy. Much more powerful than I'd met so far. But that meant I was getting closer to my mark. Her.
Good stuff.
Still, no matter how much time passed while I rested,
Why did he just leave his knife on the desk? And not on his
despite
pillow?
not detecting a scent anywhere nearby, the demon felt closer than ever.
Hey, it's
He
a
was
cheeseburger.
stalking me at every window, crowd, or corner I turned. Maybe I was exhausted. Or maybe I was scared. I couldn't figure out why it bothered me. Eventually, I learned to ignore the feeling. I forced myself to ignore this sudden discomfort and move on.
Good.
My job wasn't done. I got a tip from the local guild about a sighting east from the city. A large humanoid creature had single-handedly wiped out a village of fishermen.
What?
However, what really got my attention was the description of the creature. They said it was wearing traditional demon clothing, and it was the same garments worn by the demons that destroyed my home.
Not again.
I didn't waste any time. I started heading toward it, because I had to know for sure.
I'm sorry. I just want to say that the guy on the left, I really like what he's going for himself. Like, look at him. I don't know. It just that specific character design just struck me, even though he's just a side character. Same for the girl, by the way. Like the hairstyle, the piercings. They could have just made them very generic, but they didn't, and I like that.
I started heading toward it, because I had to know for sure. I made my way toward the creature's last location, navigating with my divine protection.
The art is so good.
Asking any travelers along the way. I made it to the village and picked up on the scent. And I could tell immediately it was a demon.
With
With
her?
my suspicions confirmed, I got angrier. I was overcome with a burning hatred, being constantly reminded of everything and everyone I lost.
Oh
This
no.
bastard crushed another innocent village to rubble and ash. I couldn't control the boiling contempt I felt, and I started tracking down the demon. I followed the smell for over a whole
Blind
day.
rage is never good.
26 hours without stopping to rest,
Oh,
eat,
no.
or sleep.
And it's like, I understand that he's led by rage and fear, but doing something like that, by the time you catch up to them, you're exhausted, you're confused, you have no focus left. You will just die because you know that they are still taking care of themselves. So they'll just outpower you easily.
6 hours without stopping to rest, eat, or sleep. My basic human needs were overshadowed by an insatiable desire to kill that monster.
Oh, Shoto.
I finally caught up. I didn't even think to strike quietly. I was a
Oh,
bullet
no.
that left the barrel, shooting forward with no other intent or desire than to kill.
Oh, he's gonna
what was
get
in front of me.
fucked. Oh
If you
no.
were to ask me, I couldn't pinpoint the exact moment where everything went wrong. Was it when I saw the remains of the village he destroyed? Was it when I dove in to strike him without thinking?
Oh no.
Or perhaps somewhere during our battle when our blades met? I don't know. It was all a blurry mess to me. I was like a small animal, backed into a corner, desperately thinking of a way to get myself out of this terrible situation. The gashing wounds he left on me wouldn't heal, no matter what I did, and blood kept pouring out of my body.
Yeah.
I got dizzier. I couldn't think.
How are you gonna save
I fucked
yourself? Probably not.
I knew I fucked up. Regardless, I gripped my knife harder than ever before. The handle was slippery from all the blood flowing down my arm.
Shoto's storytelling is
scared.
so immersive.
I knew I didn't stand a chance. I was ready to die here. Not without putting up a fight. But then, I heard a familiar, eerie voice echo in my
Here he
head.
is.
It was him. The contract. He offered it to me again. He promised me the power to kill the demon that towered in front of me.
Oh.
But in exchange,
Oh! Okay, oh, okay! Okay! Okay, sure. Sure thing.
he took my humanity. It felt like a second wind of adrenaline rushed over me.
Okay.
And I was
That surprised
overflowing
me.
with mana. My body
Oh,
felt tight.
shit.
The blood stopped pouring from my wounds, and my body no longer seethed with pain. This was demonic power. And at that very moment, when I made my next move, I knew the battle was already over.
Wow. Was that like a temporary
After
boost?
that day, when I formed the contract with the Devourer Demon, I was never backed into a corner ever again. With his strength, my hunt against the demons that slaughtered Bakamori became quicker and easier.
Interesting.
I no longer had a reason to fear any of the demons, but I soon realized I also had no fear of any other creature as well. Our contract stated, in exchange for every time I summoned the mask, it would give me immense battle prowess beyond what any human could achieve. But in return, he would consume one of my memories at random.
Oh.
It could have been anything from my past, like the memory of a conversation, a battle,
That's so
a place
wild.
I've traveled to, or even a person.
That's such a steep price to pay.
And I hunted. And I hunted.
There's always like a steep cost with contracts like that. But like, you often see like, oh, you just lose X amount of your lifespan. You get weaker every time. You lose more of your humanity. But losing a memory and random every time? Eventually you just lose yourself. Like, you don't even need to lose your humanity to lose yourself with that. Because losing your memory, while knowing that you're losing memory, you just have empty, gaping gaps in your head that you know you lost them. Just don't know what you lost. Wow, that's a really, really interesting price to pay.
I slowly got more comfortable using the mask and relying on the demon's powers to make my job quick.
Oh.
I needed to be efficient. I wanted to do anything, whatever it took, to get closer to my end goal as fast as possible. But that impatience got the better of me. And one day, something didn't feel right. It was like any other hunt, but after I killed my query this time, I felt euphoric.
Oh no.
Gratified.
Oh no.
I didn't know how to describe this bittersweet feeling, but from that day forward,
that's not good.
Every time I killed a demon, I was filled with this sense of warm satisfaction.
Oh no.
That satisfaction from killing them was constantly filling what felt like an empty bucket. A bucket with a hole at the bottom. And I had this uncontrollable urge to keep trying to fill that hole.
No,
even though it was
Shoto.
impossible. I realized at some point, I started disregarding my morals and took the lives of demons that weren't even involved in my goal. It was like a new obsession that sprouted out of nowhere.
Oh,
And any
no.
demon, guilty or innocent, was caught in the crossfire of this unrelenting ram.
These aren't the kids, right? No, that can't be right.
I started disregarding.
Yeah, okay, so like, this is Haku with the 2 kids. He still hurt them eventually? No. So like, he spent time with them, but eventually he still hurt them? Or that is like a part of the previous lore, like a retcon? And it's just, this is just a reference. Nah, I don't like that.
Regarding my morals, and took the lives of demons that weren't even involved in my goal. It was like a new obsession.
No, I need to
and took. I
put it
realized to
edit.
fill that whole point. I started disregarding my morals, and took the lives of demons that weren't even involved in my goal.
Oh, I don't
It
like
was like
that
a
at
new
all.
obsession that sprouted out of nowhere. And any demon, guilty or innocent, was caught in the crossfire of this unrelenting rampage.
No.
I knew it wasn't right, but I couldn't stop myself. It helped me feel relieved. The bloodshed was like medicine for an unexplainable pain I had in my heart. I didn't understand what was happening to me. I started to feel paranoid, anxious, confused.
Yeah, of course.
Every time I tried to think about why I was killing these demons in the first place, my throat would get tight, and all I could do was cry.
I can't remember.
That was the question.
Oh.
Why was I killing them? Why did it start to feel good?
She
What was I
forgot
doing
why you
this
did
for
it.
again? The only other
That's
thing
so
that could
messed
somewhat
up.
drown these thoughts out was whenever I smelled my knife. For some reason, it calmed me down for a fleeting moment. When I pressed it against my face, it felt like home was always nearby.
Oh, because it smells
my
like
hands.
ether.
Still,
So
I
it
would
was a
try my
knife with
hardest
ether
to
was
remember
killed
why
with.
I was hunting the demons. So much so that every time I did, it felt like my head was being stabbed with sharp needles. Then all of a sudden, it finally came back to me why. Her. I had to find that demon and make her suffer the same way she made me and someone suffer? Wait. Was there someone else? Who was he?
I forgot ether.
I can't remember. Wait. I can't remember.
No. No. Oh man. And he still hasn't even come close to getting his actual revenge of everything he did. That's so messed up. He lost everything, and now he lost everything again. I don't know how I feel right now. Everything is sad. Everything is messed up. I don't know what to say. Damn, I already thought that like the lore already peaked. This was just gonna be a continuation, but no. They added another 1,000 layers to it or something, and at this point it's unclear whether they retconned the second video or it just implies that eventually he went back to kill them because he forgot like, because he forgot to not kill them. He forgot their memories together or something. That's just wild. I can see people watch the videos back when they came out struggling to remember Ether's name as well. And it hits even harder. No, that's even worse. I don't like that. Okay, well, yeah, I was dying to cover Shoto's lore and react to it. Because I've watched the first 2 videos several times and I've loved them every single time. But even now I saw new things, I saw new layers, but then that 3rd video decided like, yeah, you thought you knew, right? You thought you knew, but nope. Yeah, I don't know how to feel right now. There's a lot to digest. And I don't know, usually I end videos with like theories or like extra commentary, but I'm emotionally messed up. This was one wild ride. And to be fair, it also feels like I've watched like half a season of anime at this point. It's just the videos on their own, it's like 45 minutes. Wow. Yeah, I have nothing else to say, but that I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you like my reaction, consider commenting, liking, subscribing. If you want to give a little extra, join my memberships because that does help my channel. That allows me to spend more time and effort on these videos and streams. And yeah, this was part of a stream, by the way. This was live. I experienced this emotional thread with my chat. The link to the VOD is in the description, or just check my live tab if you want to watch more streams in general. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. You thought you knew how bad you could feel? Watch this. Yeah, exactly. Oh, God. It's gonna be fun to edit this video. It's a long video as well. I'm gonna leave the stream at this. I also need to go. Thank you everyone for watching. Christ. I'm glad I left this to the end because if I watched all this and I still had to like react to Buffpup's lore, I don't know, man. That was oh, that was not gonna. My heart would be in pieces. I think I'm gonna go for a walk with my dog so I can shake this off. Wow. Okay. Well, we're gonna do another one of these streams next week. I'm not completely. Is it the stream where I'm gonna go over Sayu, Porcelain Mates, and Amelie's lore? I'm not completely sure. I can look it up. Pet the doggo. I will pet the doggo. Let me. Live. Yeah, next week is Sayu, Amelie, and Porcelain Maid. So yeah, if you're interested at all, go to the link and press notification on so you can hang out then. I kind of want to do one of these every week or every other week at least. Yeah, we'll see. Let's hope that their lore is a bit more fun and less traumatizing. Oh God. Yeah. Great, fantastic. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm gonna head out. Also, VOD gang, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh God. Yeah, I'm gonna turn these into videos anyway. So if you want to see the more coherent reaction to all of this, because I'm gonna edit them down, and like I kept going back and forth to like different parts of the videos. I'm gonna edit it together so it's a more coherent thing. I don't know when it's gonna come out. I still need to finish up the Astraline video. Yeah, content. Amazing. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you all. I don't know when the next video is gonna be. Hopefully soon. And I'll see you guys next week on Saturday for more lore. And I'm gonna plan it a video, a stream about thumbnails. You have to join the Discord if you want to see whether that's gonna be on YouTube or on Twitch, because I do want to stream more on Twitch again. Also, it's my Twitch affiliate anniversary on the 31st, and I want to do a stream then. So stay tuned. Bye. Appreciate you all. Bye.